Forget carrots for a second. If you ask most people to name one food that's good for your eyes, you'd probably get the same answer almost every time. Carrots. And they're not wrong. But here's the part that might surprise you. Some of the most interesting foods for supporting healthy vision aren't hiding in the produce aisle at all. They're tiny, they're crunchy, they're inexpensive, and you may already have them sitting in your kitchen right now. In fact, one of them contains nutrients that naturally concentrate in the macula, the tiny area of your eye responsible for the sharp, detailed vision you use every single day. Reading this sentence, recognizing someone's face, looking at your phone, seeing the details that make the world look clear, and, as we get older, protecting those delicate tissues becomes increasingly important. But here's where this gets really interesting. One nut and two seeds stand out for completely different reasons. One provides carotenoids found in the macula. Another supplies a mineral your eyes rely on for normal vision. And the third delivers a powerful antioxidant that helps protect cells from oxidative stress. And no, I'm not talking about expensive supplements. I'm talking about foods you can grab by the handful. All right, let's cut straight to it. This is number one, and it might completely change the way you think about one of the smallest snacks in your kitchen. Because when people talk about eye health, there's one food that almost always gets mentioned first: carrots. And yes, carrots are good for you, but here's what most people don't realize. There's another food that contains two nutrients your eyes naturally concentrate in one very important area, and you might already have it sitting in your pantry. It's small, it's green, it's crunchy, and it's a lot more interesting than it looks. I'm talking about pistachios. Now here's where things get really interesting. Pistachios contain two carotenoids called lutein and zeaxanthin. Don't worry about remembering those names. What matters is where they end up. These nutrients naturally accumulate in the macula, the part of your eye responsible for much of your sharp, detailed central vision. Think of your macula as the 4K Ultra HD sensor inside your eye. It's what helps you read tiny text, recognize faces, and see fine details clearly. And lutein and zeaxanthin are part of the macula's natural protective system. They can help filter certain wavelengths of light and help protect eye tissue from oxidative stress. Pretty impressive for something you can eat by the handful. But here's the part most people miss. It's not enough for a nutrient to be in your food. Your body has to absorb it. Think about it this way. Imagine someone gives you a treasure chest filled with gold, but forgets to give you the key. The treasure is there. You just can't access it. And that's where pistachios become especially interesting. Research published in the Journal of Nutrition found that regular pistachio consumption increased lutein levels in participants, highlighting pistachios as a useful dietary source of these important macular pigments. But there's another reason researchers are interested in pistachios: the fat. Pistachios naturally contain healthy fats, and dietary fat can help your body absorb fat-soluble compounds such as lutein and zeaxanthin. That's called bioavailability. So, how do you actually add them to your diet? Sprinkle a handful over oatmeal or yogurt for a crunchy, nutrient-packed breakfast. Add them to a salad with spinach, feta, and a light vinaigrette. Now, let's move on to number 2. And this one is fascinating because you've probably seen it hundreds of times, but never once thought of it as an eye health food. It's small, crunchy, and it might already be sitting in your kitchen. Pumpkin seeds. But here's the surprising part. The reason these little seeds deserve a place on this list comes down to one mineral your eyes absolutely depend on: zinc. You probably don't think about zinc very often, but your retina does. The retina contains a particularly high concentration of zinc because this mineral plays important roles in normal vision and eye function. And zinc has another important job. It helps your body metabolize and transport vitamin a nutrient your eyes need for normal vision, especially when you're moving between different levels of light. Now, think about what happens when you walk out of bright sunlight and suddenly step into a dark room. For a second, you can barely see anything. Then, little by little, your eyes adjust. That process is incredibly complex, involving your retina, your brain, and several nutrients, including vitamin A and zinc. And this is where the story gets really interesting. Scientists have been studying the connection between zinc, antioxidants, and age-related eye health for decades in the landmark AREDS study. Researchers tested a specific high-dose combination of antioxidants and zinc in people who were already at increased risk of advanced age-related macular degeneration. The findings helped establish that, for certain people at high risk, specific nutrient combinations could reduce the risk of progression. Now here's the practical part. About 1 ounce of shelled pumpkin seeds provides roughly 2.5 milligrams of zinc, a meaningful contribution toward your daily needs, and you don't need some fancy recipe. Sprinkle them over yogurt, add them to oatmeal, toss them onto a salad, blend them into a smoothie, or simply grab a small portion when you want something crunchy. Now let's move on to number 3, and this one might be the most surprising of all. Sunflower seeds. They're often thought of as just a bird feeder staple or a ballpark snack, but these tiny little seeds pack a powerful nutritional punch that's worth paying attention to, especially when it comes to healthy aging and eye health. So what makes sunflower seeds so interesting? Vitamin E, and not just a little bit. A single ounce of sunflower seeds, that's about a quarter cup, contains more than 7 milligrams of vitamin E. That's nearly half of your daily recommended intake in just one small handful. And vitamin E isn't just another vitamin on a label, it's a fat-soluble antioxidant that plays an important role in protecting cells from oxidative stress, including the cells in your eyes. Here's why that matters. The retina is one of the most metabolically active tissues in your body. It's constantly exposed to light, which can generate oxidative stress over time. And oxidative stress is one of the factors that contributes to age-related changes in vision. Vitamin E helps protect cell membranes from this type of damage by neutralizing free radicals, unstable molecules that can harm cells. In fact, vitamin E is so important that it's included in the AREDS2 formulation, the follow-up to the famous age-related eye disease study, which is still one of the most widely referenced studies in eye health research. Now, does this mean sunflower seeds are a magic bullet for your eyes? Of course not, but they are a simple, inexpensive, and widely available way to add more of this important antioxidant nutrient to your daily routine. And unlike some expensive supplements, sunflower seeds come with a lot of other benefits too. Healthy fats, protein, fiber, and minerals like copper and selenium. You can sprinkle them over a salad for extra crunch. Mix them into homemade granola or oatmeal. And here's a tip. Because vitamin E is fat soluble, eating sunflower seeds alongside a meal that contains some healthy fat, or simply enjoying them as is since they naturally contain fat, can help your body absorb that vitamin E more effectively. So remember, there's no single magic food that can protect your eyesight, but regularly including nutrient-rich foods like pistachios, pumpkin seeds, and sunflower seeds can help provide your eyes with important nutrients as you age. And if you have ongoing vision changes or an eye condition, be sure to speak with your eye care professional. If you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments. Which of these 3 foods do you eat most often?